I thought Star Wars Rogue One was one of the worst Star Wars films in the franchise.
You did?
Yeah. I seriously can't even think of any movie that was worse than that in the Star Wars trilogy. What about you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about episode 4, 5, and 6. I wasn't really listening, but you said something about Rogue One.
Yeah.
You said something. You said something about it being like the worst thing you ever seen.
Yeah.
I really love those sound effects. You know, like the.
I was snoring. Forgive me.
That was you?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was me.
Yeah, I'm just sad. You know, I was bored. I wanted it to be in 3D. You know, so I could just grab one of those. You know, Starfighters, but. You know, but it was nicely. It was a good visual movie. You know, but it just makes you miss the energy. You know, and the energy. It's like energy. I can't really describe what energy is. But Star Wars had that, you know, because some certain things, you know, just need to be cooked right. When you make a film, you cook.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you cook something, you can say this is a pizza and that's a pizza, right? They're two pizzas. And this is why I think about like this certain Star Wars stuff. There's one pizza that's I don't want to get you in trouble for copyright infringement, but like here's like a, I don't know, a Hot Pocket or Tostino's pizza.
Yeah.
And here's a pizza from the best pizza place you've ever been. They're both pizzas, right?
Yeah.
But which pizza do you want?
The pizza that the best place you ever been at. The better brand.
Okay. Well, what if somebody crapped on that one? Would you still want it?
No.
Well, that's what happened with some of these films. They're somewhat enjoyable to some people, but for me, it was like, I don't want to pay money to see this. Now, if we're talking Star Wars, there is one Star Wars movie that I would see over and over and over again and pay for.
Which one is that?
You have to ask.
Empire Strike Back.
Close.
Return of the Jedi.
Close too.
The Phantom Menace.
New Hope.
Somebody said Phantom Menace, but of course he's in Indianapolis with a Patriots uniform on.
His mind's not
Here,
right.
come here.
Hey, come here.
Yeah, see the
Come
world.
here, fucker.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace is the best Star Wars movie.
No, show him this. This is Indianapolis, people.
He's from Indiana.
We have
and he
more.
got a Patriots jersey on.
It's the day before the Super Bowl. We have more Patriots in Indianapolis than all New England. Okay, get out of here.
But anyways, this Star Wars Rogue One, it didn't even feel like a Star Wars film. Like, you know, in every Star Wars movie, they have credits and stuff in the beginning before the movie comes. They'd even show that part. The music wasn't even that good throughout the Star Wars movie. The girl was terrible. What was her name in the film?
Jen Erso.
I forget.
Yeah. The actors was so bad that I couldn't even remember the names of the people that was playing in the Star Wars film. It was that bad.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Well, I didn't want to, you know, when I compared the two, I'll tell you what I liked about Rogue One. It's about the familiarity of certain things, which is what I probably liked about The Force Awakens. The familiarity. But the substance is just different from the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Yet Rogue One had a little bit more of what the original trilogies were. But Hollywood or Disney,
It's Disney.
they're doing a good job of, you know, they're doing a good job of making these movies a certain way as far as,
Feminizing it.
well, I wasn't going to I don't want anybody to come down on me, but, you know, we got a screwball president now, so what does it matter, right?
Yeah. And
you know.
did you hear what Katie Kennedy said about the Star Wars films? She is the owner of Star Wars. She is a part of Disney and Star Wars. She said she is not catering to man. She said she practically said, I'm going to feminize it. I'm going to do what I want, and I don't care what the gentlemen, the guys think. What do you feel about that?
Which is probably why we have snoring sound effects at every Star Wars movie now. At least that's what I thought. I thought Ben Burtt did a good job in making that. But what can you say? You know, that's just my opinion, people. You know, but there's a certain tone that Star Wars brings. And, you know, a lot of people put down the episodes 1, 2, and 3, you know, and I can share an experience with you. I went to see episode 1. I was excited and everything. And I had this dinner. It was spaghetti. Only the problem was it was the diet spaghetti, because I was cheap. And before we went to go see this film, I ate this spaghetti. And it was spaghetti, but it was like eating rice cake with sauce.
Ugh.
And I was like, okay, I didn't have a great dinner, so let's go see this Star Wars movie, which I've never been disappointed watching a Star Wars film. I want everybody in here to know that, especially you. And then I saw it, and I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't excited either. It was just like that spaghetti. It was like eating a rice cake with seasonless sprinkles on it, you know, But even those original trilogies, you know, especially after you see The Force Awakens, did I say original as far as 1 through 3? I meant prequel. I'm sorry. I'm thinking in terms of order. Really made me take a look at those original. There I go again. Here, smack me. That's not a smack. That's a smack. But yeah, it really made me take a look at episodes 1 through 3 and say, hey, you kind of missed something in those. Now, I'm not knocking all the Star Wars. I mean, I love Star Wars, but everybody's got their certain different way of looking at different Star Wars things. He's got it, and I got it. And what I'd say, I already promised him that I wouldn't see a certain movie. But we'll see what happens, because a certain movie's coming out, but
I'm going to force him to watch The Last Jedi. Even though it's probably going to be terrible,
So.
just like Force Awakening, maybe this film might be a little better.
And I promise you, if Luke Skywalker dies, he's going to be in that. You're going to be in that theater, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be flying over the seats and stuff. Like, I told you I didn't want to watch it and all that. We probably won't be the only ones, because it's going to be a riot if they, you know, because Luke's just it. I don't know what, you know, people who control Star Wars are trying to do, but, you know, Star Wars is about a certain spirit, certain thing, certain that. You know, you want me to explain, but I can't, because it'd be politically correct or politically incorrect what I say or why I say it. All I'm saying is use your head and think about what makes a good film and what doesn't. If you like Star Wars the way it is now, fine. But if you're like me and maybe you have an artistic mindset about certain things, make your own stuff. Come out and do something that inspires you. That's what I suggest. You know, I write books. You know, you can even, you know, check them out on Amazon. But it's enough about me. We're talking about these Star Wars movies that really confuse people's minds, much like today's politics. But enough about politics. What do you have to say? Anything further?
I am going to be so pissed if y'all make The Last Jedi, the movie, a remake of Empire Strikes Back. I am going to be pissed because y'all remade Force Awakening with New Hope. How are you going to rip off a movie from your own franchise? How? But please don't do it again. Do not remake Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I'm tired of remakes. Y'all got all these millions of dollars, and all y'all can do is remake films that we've seen in the past? Something's wrong with that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with making more money, which is why some people go for certain things. You know, you make a certain hamburger and it tastes the same all the time. And you say you want something to change. It's probably a dangerous thing to do if you're making money. You know, like when Coke changed to New Coke, nobody was expecting that. I mean, Coke was making money, but they changed it to New Coke, and then something happened. Well, if you hate Star Wars, as far as where is it going now, you should do what they did back in 1984, I think, or 85 when New Coke came out, and protest. Protest like those people are protesting in Washington, D.C. Because, darn it, we're tired of the, bite my tongue. Anything more you want to add?
These movies are really bad. I mean, watching Trump on TV is more interesting than watching these films. Like, really? Give us good stories. You put millions of dollars in this film. You pay these writers probably millions of dollars. Could y'all get new writers? I don't know what's going on.
You can hire me. Of course, you know, I got nothing to lose.
I seen fan-made films on YouTube better than Force Awakening and better than Rogue One.
Oh, me too.
I seen fan-made films on YouTube that probably cost less than 10 grand or 20 grand to make.
Yeah, and remind me to buy you that Ray action figure that you wanted.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
I heard he wanted it too. Yeah.
Even the Patriots fan in Indianapolis said something about it.
My friends is making fun of me. This is the stupidest thing I ever did. I bought $300, maybe $400 worth of Star Wars Force Awakening stuff, like toys, shirts, posters, anything you can name it, before I saw the movie. And then after I saw the movie, I was heartbroken.
You could have gave that to me.
I still couldn't sell the shit.
No, money. I mean, you know, you could have gave the money to me, and I would have, you know, found somebody with some old Star Wars action figures, which I know some people with the, you know, mint condition ones.
Yeah, that $300 or $400, I could have bought at least one or two of the original Star Wars figures, and I bought junk. I've been trying to sell it on Amazon anywhere, and the shit won't sell.
You still have those action figures?
Yes, I do.
Man, see, maybe it's not junk. Maybe with the next segment, we should just play with our Star Wars action figures like, you know, we've always did. And maybe we can make a story and present it to the Mickey Mouse people.
Yeah.
And maybe if we do that story, they'll write ours, and then it'll be like that old feeling again, and they'll pay money over and over to see a movie they might want to see a million times more over. Like episode 4, right, people?
Say what you want about George Lucas. Yeah, he CGI'd the mess out of the prequels. And yeah, the story was somewhat bad, but a little bit of it was great. But he would have never have ripped off a story from his own franchise. He would have made Force Awakening just a little bit better than what it was. Because, of course, you could say Force Awakening was great, and they remade the story of New Hope, because New Hope was great. So again, why do people like these new films? It's sad to hear. If you're a true Star Wars fan, I don't see how.
Well, if you're a true Star Wars fan, and you know people who love Star Wars, you can give me a job, and I'll write you a Star Wars movie you never would believe. But, of course, that's most of us, so it's just not just me. I guess it's the luck of the draw. And some people just happen to be lucky to be able to have control over Star Wars and this man's iron temper, which is getting very bad.
So out of 1 through 10, what would you give this Rogue One? Me, I'm gonna give it a 2.
I'll give it a 3 because of the sound effects. And
I thought visually the movie was awesome.
no, I'll give it a 4 because all the spoiler, all the main characters died in the end, so that was a plus. I was really sad. You know the part when I cried when that robot got shot up.
Did you know that wasn't me?
I didn't give a damn about that robot. The only good part about this movie was the last 3 minutes of the film. Spoiler alert, when Darth Vader was killing all those motherfuckers with his lightsaber. That was the only good part of the film. I didn't like the first scene of Darth Vader when he said, "Don't let my what did he say? He said, "Don't let your aspirations take the better of you, General." Some garbage. He was terrible.
Yeah, something like that. But I heard snoring, and I didn't think you saw that part.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah.
I rewatched most of it again when I was on break since I work at a theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to see maybe I could like this film.
Well, your theater has a bar. They should have just moved the bar into. Yeah, you know, like I'm watching it right now. I'll be like, I'll be back, man. You know, and then come back with a drink.
Yeah.
Maybe
I wish I got drunk.
I would have tripped
Before I
off
saw
over
it.
like 2001, man. I mean, if I had the right drink. But you know, if your kids are listening to this, a trip is something that happens much later. So ask your parents. But moving on, you know.
How should we end this show? I just feel upset right now what direction Star Wars is going.
I wanted to say something about how the tone of Star Wars is made, you know, after the trilogies and stuff. A lot that's missing out, especially with these new Star Wars editions, is maybe more blasters and stuff. I wanted to give more level to the blasters. I mean, yeah, you got the Force and all that, but sometimes it gets overplayed, like too much Force power here, too much Force power there. Like that part in Attack of the Clones where they were falling through the air and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, realism
like
counts for a lot, and you know sometimes the exaggeration of the power it can be manifested better. But you know, a lot of things that I noticed missing, especially from the prequels and all that, is, you know, a balance of blaster fire and stuff. I mean, Han Solo said best, hokey religions are not, and no match for blaster at your side. And what he meant by that is that, you know, whatever edge you have, use it. And I think a big, you know, shooting lasers and stuff is an edge that comes into play. And I think that making the Jedi, I don't know, what's the word? Making the Jedi just, you know, just making the blasters just a second tier thing.
to
you
the
know,
lightsaber. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, there's a balance that exists. You know, there's probably be one time where a Jedi can get ate up by maybe some guy who doesn't know the Force, like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
He's killed his share of Jedi, at least from the canon that I saw. I don't even know if that's the canon that they use anymore, but you know.
They're not. They're rechanging the canon, and it's sickening to me. I understand what you're saying. They should make the stormtroopers a little stronger in these films. Like, they're just second fiddle. Like, they can't shoot shit. It's like a zombie of stormtroopers.
Because Rick Martin did it. They've been mentioned on A New Hope.
But still, they should be a little stronger than what they show. I mean, throughout these films, it feels like the good guys have just won too easily. I want a challenge. That's all I'm saying. But, yeah, Rogue One was terrible. Force Awakening was a terrible remake. A political correctness remake.
And if he gives me a episode 8 ticket, I'm going to tear it up.
No, I'm going to make him watch The Last Jedi.
Not if they make Luke into, I don't know.
I
I don't even want to talk about
If they
it.
just screw Luke's character, because Luke is my
They
favorite
screwed
character.
Han. They screwed.
Oh yeah, his death felt meaningless.
He wanted to be killed off.
but he should have had a better
I know.
death.
It was kind of like.
He had his emu
Cool.
son.
That was cool.
No, this comes from the guy
You
wearing
kinda
the
knew
Patriots
5 minutes
jersey.
before. You knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, here we go.
We're out.
Okay.